We got Tom MacDonald, People So Stupid. I really like the sound of this track. We just finished doing I Don't Care yesterday. Really like that song, by the way.
We're on a roll with this Tom MacDonald train.
Yeah. Yeah, we're officially part of the Hangover gang. All right, let's do this. See what he got. I always expect some controversy when Tom is on. I love controversial artists.
I don't expect anything less.
Exactly. So let's get it in. Tom MacDonald, People So Stupid.
Hi! I'm praying that the world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me tooed. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're
I like this man crucified for having opinion.
And what he's talking about, how like someone can fly on a plane and carry all these drugs, but they can't even catch the guy that has a gun at the school.
What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my...
Oh, wow, that's so fucking true. I love that.
To be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's
Literally shots fired.
Yeah, no, it's so true because people, like, instead of holding yourself accountable or taking accountability for your shit, a lot of people like to put the blame onto somebody else, whether it's at work or in school. It's always someone else's fault. It's always like, oh, something's fucked up. Let's blame fucking Trump. Something's fucked up. It's my teacher's fault. Something's fucked up. It's somebody on the team. It's everyone but you. Not that that's everybody, but I see that shit happen all the fucking time. So I like what he's saying here.
Fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my...
That's very interesting. Like on the headline, it says, more opinions. What?
Flip a bird to the system.
More opinions reported. Like, didn't he talk about how like having an opinion is gonna be like against the law?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird. You're so stupid.
And it's so funny how I was just saying yesterday how, like, most artists don't speak on their views because...
Especially if it's very controversial.
Yeah. Like, the fact that he's, like, very open with the way he views things and, like, he speaks so freely and he's so vocal about it, I think that's why he has such a loyal fan base. Because, like, not only do they like him as an artist, they also agree with his views. Because I think some people will overlook a good artist because they don't agree with the views.
Not only does he do that, he also gets people thinking. He just makes people question. And I think that's very important. Instead of taking what's given to you as fact.
I think if someone has any type of doubt in their beliefs and they're open to other opinions, I think he'll spark that thought. I think it depends, because if some people are closed off, they're going to disregard what you're saying anyway because you're just so closed off. So they're going to disregard everything you're saying. But if there's people that have like that, if they have that doubt in their beliefs or the school system, if they have that, just any opinion that's going against what they're normally taught, this could definitely spark that. Like, oh, like he's confirming everything I've been thinking. So it's not just me, you know?
I just like that he sheds light on like the natural law of having different opinions. Like it's okay to have different opinions. Like just because you don't agree with what the mass believes, like it doesn't mean anything. Like it just means that you're human.
Exactly. And I think that's why it's so important to like voice your opinion, even if it's an unpopular view. I think a lot of people that have unpopular beliefs or unpopular views or unorthodox ways of doing things, they're often targeted as because it's different. It's so different versus, like, as you said, like the mass population, what the mass population believes or what they wear. That's why there's always these fucking trends. It's not trending because people like the shit. It's trending because everybody fucking has it.
Not to mention like how hard it is to even speak up, especially if it's different.
Yeah. See, he's very ballsy because he has a platform. He has a following. So, like, I think he's embracing the hate. He's embracing people, the negative feedback he's getting because he knows he's doing something right.
Yeah, it's almost like expected.
Right.
And he's ready for it.
Because any prophet has had hate. You go back to the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, like, I'm not trying to put him in that same category, but anyone who speaks up and their beliefs start to trend and they start to acquire a following, like the oldest story is like Jesus. That's why he got fucking crucified. Same shit.
Right, let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb. I'm a hater because I can't relate to gay pride. Call me homophobic because I don't want to date guys. K-tight. I, for one, am not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just because they decide to play. Yes.
I love that.
Participation trophies.
I always talk about that shit.
It's your favorite topic to talk about.
Absolutely. I don't feel like people should get trophies for participation. It absolutely eliminates the competition behind anything. Like in every sport, in every event, in every fucking job, not everyone who applies for a job gets the job. There's some competition there. The realistic truth is that the people that shine are the people that are good at what they do. They're the best. The people that participate aren't getting that same recognition. So in schools, when they're taught to get rewarded for participation, and I think there's obviously a fine line there. There should be some positive reinforcement, but you should not get rewarded for being like under mediocrity. Like being mediocre enough, I think shouldn't even be rewarded. I think you should really be rewarded when you stand out because you're doing something really fucking good in comparison to everyone else. So you should stand out. Not everyone gets the same fucking trophy. This guy is exceptionally really gifted at what he does because of the amount of work he puts in versus this guy that half-asses everything, but they both get the same trophy. That doesn't make sense to me.
So I think there's a difference between recognizing someone and rewarding someone. I don't disagree with recognizing participation, recognizing someone trying. But there is a difference between like rewarding someone for just trying.
Yeah.
Because then like what stops them from stopping?
Yeah. Because when I think about a trophy is something you have to earn. That's like an achievement. Participation is, for some people, I guess for people that never ever participate, maybe you give them that positive reinforcement, like, you know what, you participated, some type of positive reinforcement, but they shouldn't get a medal. They shouldn't get a trophy. They shouldn't have the same achievement as someone that's consistently good at what they do, that puts in so much fucking effort. They should never be on the same pedestal. Yeah. It doesn't teach kids how to be competitive or how to push themselves to that limit. So that's just my view on this. So I love that he just said that.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just because they decide to play. We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians. Ay, this is a democracy, it's partly your decision. Ay, this is weird, feels like this a different year. If I identify as a female, then when my balls and penis disappear. Children want a gender switch and hating men is feminist. Depression and anxiety are trendy, we're too sensitive. Invented 80 genders, mad the world is not accepting it. Then gave them more attention than normal women and men can get. What a contradiction, being human is so tragic. Focus on minorities, ignoring all the masses. Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want.
And notice he's on the cross. So he's obviously symbolizing Jesus. Like Jesus, in another way, was the same way where he spoke on things that like obviously the Romans didn't want that shit out. They didn't want people to believe in this. It was just like they wanted to control their civilians. They wanted to control what they believed in. They didn't want people to have the option like, hey, let's believe in this guy or this guy's the prophecy. So I like that he's even, if you're thinking about how he's shooting the video, he has these fucking nuke barrels in the background, Louis Vuitton symbols in the back that's on fucking cardboard. The Jesus reference where he's being crucified for being outspoken, for speaking on his opinions. And I feel like everyone's entitled to an opinion, right? So I don't think anyone should get crucified for their opinion as long as there's some type of logic. If you're just blindly, if you have an opinion on something, but you don't even know why that's your opinion, then I think there's something wrong with that. But when you have something to be like, hey, this is my opinion, this is why I believe this. So you have something to support that. Where when you're just, as you said before, just following blindly, then there's no logic. It's just like, oh, everyone else is doing it, so I'm just going to do that too. That's going to be my opinion because that's his opinion.
Yeah. And talk about like touching on so many things that are happening in one song. Like he talks about like politics and whatever. I can't even remember what he just talked about. But then the last thing he just talked about was like paper straws. Like he touches on a lot of topics from like politics to like just day-to-day stuff. And
I like how, I believe that's Nova on that station with him. I don't know, but
I don't think so.
Okay. So the fact that he's even portraying like a broadcaster. Like you see the background, it's him as if he's like on a broadcast.
And she's portraying the opposite.
Right. So, basically I think that's a subliminal shot at news, whether some people consider it fake news or whatever, but I think that's a shot at the media. Which is not surprising because he took his shots at the music industry as well.
Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them, y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb.
See, and he's pointing at the anchor, at the reporter.
Want them, y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb.
You ever think about why they name it an anchor man, a woman? Like think of an anchor. They're dropping down something, and it's almost as if like the anchor man or woman, they're dropping something and hoping that it sticks.
That's interesting as to why they use anchor as a title.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues, it's so dumb.
We're running out of tissues because everyone's just super sensitive.
Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues, it's so dumb. Look, I get it, it's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happens almost daily. The racism, rape culture, hatred that we're facing is way too ingrained for our hashtags to change it. We've become so lazy and complacent, afraid of our generation. We think activism's Instagramming memes and complaining. It's a problem when there's actually actions you could be taking, but
lazy and complacent.
I love that he talks about how like just because you repost something makes you feel like an activist when there's actual stuff that you could be doing.
Yeah.
Activism's Instagramming memes and complaining. It's a problem when there's actually actions you could be taking, but you're triggered, so you just cry like a baby.
And I understand his mindset because if you think about everything he's doing, he's putting himself out there to the point where like he can get hurt doing this.
Yeah, he's using his voice to talk about what's really happening.
Yeah. So he's really trying to be like an inspiration for change or for people to kind of like speak up a bit.
And just to think, like just to use your brain.
Yeah.
The baby. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them, y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo. Better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues, it's so dumb.
I liked how much he talked about and how relevant it was to this day.
Yeah, this was a good song. I like the views. his opinions are interesting, for sure.
And
But
him labeling this people so stupid, I think he did that on purpose because he knows that people are sensitive.
yeah,
And so when they hear this and feel like it's targeting them, it's gonna immediately stir up a lot of frustration and hate. But I think he's doing that on purpose because he wants people to think. He wants people to be self-actualized so that they could change.
yeah,
Like we've all been there. We've all been on the other side of it where like we take on everything that the media throws out as true.